You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairin' on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairin', gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing. Not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, Black Sun, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas. We Ric Flairin' on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' son up, baby.
Yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, and I'm back again. for Friday night story time. All right, so listen, Pete, real quick. All right, so I probably won't get as many people on here like I usually do, but we're gonna keep it interesting. We're gonna keep it fresh and funky. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little backstory. All right, so after the story time, if you want to ask me any questions about football, whatever, or the situation, you can ask me questions. I don't really care. I'm gonna take call lines. Call lines are open now. The white lady, you won't hear the white lady because the call lines are already open. All right, so let me give a little backstory. So I've dealt with this guy, and I have Miss Akila next to me. So if she tells me what I can and cannot say, all right, so she's in there too. So I've been dealing with this guy on and off for a few. All right. He's from Jackson State. All right. We're gonna get more into it. Because I listen, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this first. All right. I do not know how to play politics. I don't want to learn. I don't try to learn. I am who I am. And listen, I am a kid from Maryland. We don't play that. You say something, you better be able to back it up or stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so miss me with all this. Oh, that's not how the game is played. I don't give a damn. That's not how I do it. You said it. You meant it. I'm going to expose it. All right. It's just that simple for me. It's just that simple for me. All right. So y'all can clown me. Like after I get done with my story time, you can be like, oh, Scotty, that's not right. That's not how you supposed to get. And I'll sit here and take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm real with mine, but I keep it transparent with y'all. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. And this is the stuff I got to deal with on a regular basis. All right. So I don't politic. That's not me. I don't try to. I don't care to. It's just what it is. All right. So I've gotten it with this person a little bit, and I'm gonna just kind of bring up the screen as we approach along, and you know what I'm saying. So story time with this man. All right. Story time with Dennis Driscoll. Story time with Dennis Driscoll. Now, me and Dennis have our interactions. We've had a few interactions. Right? Multiple times. We've spoken to each other. He's called me. He's texted me. He's always on some foolishness, right? Always. Oh, I got the receipts now. Oh, now you know I got the receipts, Kendrick. All right. I got them. Hey, so my intern. So I got the receipts, right? Story time. So I'm not going, I have a story for this particular day, but oh, that's how you do, CFL. Oh, that's how we do. That's how he is, bro. That's how he is. But we gonna get into it. So I'll give you a little brief history on us, right? So
we need 50 likes on the stream first before the story gets started. Thanks, guys.
Man, we need 50 likes, guys. Can I get 50 likes before I tell the story? Come on, guys. Give me 50 likes so I can tell the story. Man, I was getting all amped, man. We got 50 likes? All right, cool. Dang, that was fast. All right, I guess it did work. All right, so let me give you a little backstory on Dennis Driscoll, right? So back in the spring, right? This I'm gonna give you a story before and everything. Back in the spring, I wanted to interview Quincy Casey after the Edward Waters game, right? I wanted to interview Quincy Casey after the Edward Waters game. I didn't know the procedure. So I reached out to Quincy one-on-one. And this is before I knew Quincy. This was before like me and Quincy's camp got cool or whatever. So I reached out to him. I was like, Q, you know, I love what you're doing, man. I love to get your backstory, you know, why you came to Jackson, all this and that, right? So he's like, yeah, sure. So that's how I got with Quincy's brother. I met him. We kind of chopped it all up. And he was like, yeah, man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We'll love to talk about, you know, just how Quincy got to Jackson State and everything. You know how I do my interviews. So that, right? So it got approved. It got approved. And if Quincy's on here and Jeremy's on here, they would tell you straight up, I'm not lying. It got approved, right? It got approved by Jackson State and whoever had to approve it. It's like 3 days before the interview, Quincy calls me up and says, hey, you can't, no. Quincy hits me up and said, hey, man, I'm sorry, bro, I can't do it. I was like, what you mean you can't do it? He said they canceled the interview. He said, you're going to be getting a call from Jackson State. I said, okay, cool. So after everything was already approved. So Dennis Driscoll calls me up, and I put this on everything I love. I put this on my kids, and I put this on the Cowboys, right? He calls me up. I had him on speakerphone. My girl was right next to me. I had him on speakerphone so she could, this is not a lie. He says, why do you want to interview our backup quarterback? You remember that conversation? He says, why do you want to interview our backup quarterback? I said, doesn't everybody have a story? He said he has not had media training. We don't feel comfortable. No. He said, why are you trying to interview our backup quarterback? He's a backup. What does it matter? That's what he said first. He said, it's a backup. He's a backup. Why does it matter? I said, it doesn't matter. I said, does every kid not have a story? Does every kid not have a background? I said, I really want to just figure out why he got to Jackson State. Then it started backtracking. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. But, he hasn't had media training. I said, I'm not trying to trick the kid. I just want to ask him questions about where he's been, how he got to Jackson State, and why he chose Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. Oh, no, he's not ready yet. Everything has to go through me, and we're not doing that right now. So, it won't happen. I said, okay. Now, I really wanted to get with him, but I was up and coming at that time, so I really couldn't push the narrative. I couldn't push the envelope because, at this time, I bite. You said what? No. So, yeah, so I was up and coming. Thanks, babe. Even though you stopped me. So I'm up and coming, right? And I'm up and coming. So I really couldn't push. I might have had 1,000 subscribers at this time. And that's a high chance I might have had 1,000 subscribers at this time. Yeah, I probably had 1,000, 1,500, something like that, right? So I was like, I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to get smart because I didn't know everything. Fast forward, I get the interview with Dion and things like that, and it, whatever. So it didn't go through him. All right. So that's what happened. So now I've already had that bad encounters with him. I do the interview with Quincy Casey anyway. He says nothing bad about Jackson State. It's probably one of my favorite interviews. He does this, and he talks about his journey or whatever, and we do what we do. We move forward. All right. So fast forward to a couple of days ago. All right. Fast forward a couple of days ago. He does this. All right. He does this. This is what happens. Because listen, I know you guys are visual people, so. He sends me this. This is text messages now. All right. This is text messages. He sends me the Keontae Hampton image. He said, did this unauthorized interview take place? I try to call him. I don't do that. Listen, I don't do that text and stuff or whatever. All right. I don't do that text and stuff over. No. Call me. Because he calls me every other time. When I did the Dejan Nugget interview, he called me. Remember when we was at the dinner with your family? Yeah. So when I did the Dejan Nugget interview, he called me after. So he hits me up to this. He says, did this unauthorized interview take place? I call him. He says, sorry, I can't talk right now. I said, okay. This is me. I said, call me when you can. He doesn't call me. I said, I would appreciate it if you would actually watch the content before you waste my time, right? Because if you watch the content, you would know Keontae Hampton is not in the actual interview. Y'all all seen it? Keontae Hampton is nowhere to be found in the interview. So if you actually watch the content, all right, if you actually watch the content, you would see, okay, there's no Keontae Hampton. There is no unauthorized interview, correct? Okay, so we on the same page, all right? So then this happens. So next up, he said, waste your time. Did you reach out to Keontae Hampton? That was not the original question. that was far from the initial question. So going forward, I said, do you see him in the video? You have time to text, but not call. I do not do this texting stuff. I might call. Listen, that's why you see so much misspelled words in my banners. I'm trying to get right. I am not an English major, but I can talk to you to death. And y'all already know that. Talking is what I do. All right. Talking is what I do. I feel more comfortable talking than texting, but that's where he wanted to be at. So we leave it here. See, now I got receipts. If he never texts this stuff, I ain't got no receipts. If you had a conversation, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you want to play the texting game? I'll play that with you. All right. Next up. I know he canceled the interview because he had class. What's the problem? If you know he's not on the interview, if you know I didn't do an unauthorized interview, why are you texting me? Why are you texting me? It's just that simple. It's no if, no buts about it. Why are you texting me if you know it's not? Okay, going forward. I said, then there is no problem. Have a good day. Listen, y'all think I'm for the smoke just for y'all? I'm with the smoke all the time. Okay, I'm with the smoke all the time. You better come get. Y'all think it's a game? Y'all think I just do this for fun? No, I'm on edge all the time. I'm with the smoke all the time, especially with somebody I've already got a bad encounter with. I'm with the smoke. All right, I'm already on edge. I'm ready to snap. Say something. Do something. Okay, I'm waiting. So next up, you reached out to him. That's the problem. You need to stop doing this now. The problem is not me reaching out. I don't give a damn what Dennis Driscoll says. Keontae Hampton has my number. I have Keontae Hampton's number. All right. So that's not the issue. That's not the issue at all. The issue is an unauthorized interview. That's how you came at me. It never happened. If that's the case, you just tell Keontae, hey, if anybody hits you up about an interview, just tell them no until you talk to your communication director.
Okay, now get those likes to 100 or we're pausing. Thanks, guys.
All right. That's how that works. That has nothing. Me and Keontae having a text message listen, I know all your coaches are having text messages with players. I know your players are probably having text messages with people they shouldn't be talking to as well. So don't try to single me out like, oh, I can't reach out to. If I tell Keontae good game, is that a problem too? If I tell Keontae Hampton, hey man, you're looking real good out there today, is that a problem too? Because you said don't reach out to him. So let me know what we're talking about. All right. The fact, listen, this is what I've been saying, man. And I'm this is the one thing I got to stand on when it comes at Jackson State. And I'll say a lot of programs, but Jackson State initially, right? If you have a problem with independent media with your players, then put your players on more of a platform. All right? Like, put your players on more of a platform. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. We all know Deion's doing media training with all his players or whatever, but why can't I interview him? If you're doing media training, they should be able to do an interview. Like, what are we doing? That's my thing. I don't see them on ESPN doing interviews. I don't see them on ESPN2 doing interviews. I barely see them on the pregame show unless it's a sideline interview. So what are we doing? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Are you like, all I try to do, and anybody who's watched any of my players' interviews, I don't try to trick a player. I don't try to confuse a player. I don't try to do none of that. All I try to do is give the player a platform to tell his story, have a good time, tell his people he gonna be on YouTube Live so they can interact with the interview at the same time. So his mom can come on, so his family can come on, so his cousins can come on, and they all can ask him questions. He can see himself on YouTube, all that type of stuff. All that type of stuff. Foolishness, man. Foolishness. But he got the right one, though. We can keep playing this game all day long. Like the stream. Like the stream. All right. So I ended with this. This is how I ended. Your original question was, did I have an unauthorized interview? It was a no. So your question was answered. So once again, you are wasting my time. You did not ask me, did me and Keontae talk? See how that is different? It's different. It's different. Know what you coming. Listen, I'm not the. Listen, I can't stress this enough. I'm not the one to play with. I really am not. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm Captain Petty, so I'm not the one to play with. All right? I'm not the one. And these SIDs and these athletic, they all want to be in the spotlight. They always want their name on something. But when you reach out to them, because they want you to do it professionally, they want you to reach out through them, send them an email. I can tell you, if I really wanted to get messy, I can tell you all the SIDs that I've emailed professionally, and not one of them get back with me about interviewing with their players. But what platform have you seen their players on? What platform have you seen their players on? I've interviewed Nico Duffy, one of the top running backs in Alcorn. What platform have you seen him on? I've interviewed Bubba and Ershad Davis. What other platform have you seen them on the interview? I've interviewed Dejon Nugget Warren, maybe one of the best DBs in the country. What other platform have you seen them do an interview? So you're trying to tell me I'm bad for the kids. You're trying to tell me that I'm bad for the kids, and still they have been on no other platform but my own. Now, for the Celebration Bowl, you might see Shador for an interview. You might see Justin Houston, but the team is bigger than that. The team is bigger than just Shador and James Houston. All right? It's bigger than that. But people, listen, everybody only wants to see what they want to see. All right. They want to say Scotty's the big bad guy. Scotty's trying to capitalize off the culture. But what other program is putting me and Blue and CFL? Me, Blue, and CFL have interviewed probably and Coach Walker. We have all interviewed a player, right? What other platforms have you seen these players on other than ours? That's my issue with this. I've interviewed Savion Williams. I've interviewed Xavier Smith. I've interviewed Ryan Nettles. I've interviewed, who else I've interviewed? God, dog. I've interviewed tons of players. I've interviewed Baron Hobson. Come on, man. I've interviewed all these players. And everything is unauthorized, but yet and still, like Blue said, the NIL, they love this. I'm telling you, they love to dictate stuff. Christian Clark, the new NIL that are allowed to do interviews, they just don't want us to become bigger than them. Facts. So let me tell you how they try to play this, right? Let me give you a little backstory. We got 100 likes, babe.
130. Let's just get to 130, guys. Okay. Thanks. Oh, I'll know something. While we're on break, waiting for that 130. Entrepreneurs or people in leadership, please feel free to DM Scotty or email me, and I'll put my email in the chat for an interview. You will be on camera. We are also opening up slots for sponsorships or advertisements. So if you have a company that you want to promote, please feel free to reach out to us, and we will be happy to partner with you. Okay? We're almost there.
All right. Make sure you get the likes up. It's too easy. Just hit the thumbs up. No biggie. No hurt, no harm, no foul. All right. If you're just coming into the stream, make sure you rewind it. Watch it all the way through. I'm not about to go back through my story time. All right. Oh, yeah. And my podcast, too. All right. I'm going to do better. Listen, I'm going to do better, guys. I apologize. I got to upload it. I'm going to do it tonight. I promise. I'm going to do it tonight. All right. So make sure you get this likes up.
David, yes, I am the commercial ad. Yes, sir.
Come on, commercial.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I'm here. Oh,
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
doing that to me. Stop the cap. We stay in the folly, jolly, holly spirit over here, guys. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Say it like you like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. He's not coming back on until we get to, what was my number? 130? Because I'll move the goalposts.
Oh. I just want to finish my story.
Well, then I guess your friends need to come on, family and friends, like your cousin's chat. That commercial break was cute. Was that abuse? Los J, that was not abuse. That was a love tap.
Low key.
That was a love tap. My love language is physical touch. See more of the pretty. Hey, Mr. Coven. I can only like it once. 120. All right, we're almost there, guys. I saw them. Alpha, there's no abuse. I'm anti-abuse. It's a love tap. It's not at 178, Daniel. Otherwise, he will be telling the story. Oh, they said, Ike, are you okay? Okay. And here's your lovely host.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I don't even got it.
Oh, mom's great. She's great. All is well. Thanks for asking.
All right. So see, that's why I hate losing. I lose track. Damn. All right. So my point is this, right? You have these SIDs and athletic directors that want to be in the center of attention for all the time, but they talk about they're trying to protect the player. He said, "Blink if you're okay." I like that. They try to protect the player. Yeah, platforms. Thank you. They try to protect the player, but at the end of the day, they don't put them on anything. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. It's simply crazy for me. They're not doing interviews on SWAC. They're not doing anything. You don't know anything about these players. All right. But yet and still, they come to your institution. They work their butt off. They put their bodies on the line. And all we're trying to do is give them a platform to tell their story. Hey, I do this. Hey, this is what I had coming out of high school. You know, this is how my season went. And they try to stop that. You're not protecting these players. You're not. If you want to have, and they don't even do anything creative like this. And it's including Dennis Driscoll, including all the other SIDs. If they said, hey, Scotty, can you send me a list of the questions that you're going to ask before I have an interview? I can do that. I can do that. If I want the interview that bad, but they don't even give you those type of opportunities. They really don't. And do you really think that us as YouTubers are going to mess up that opportunity by asking some controversial question that you're like, oh yeah, did Broderick Fobbs know that you didn't have helmets? Like, bro, I'm never going to get another interview. I'm not crossing that line. And y'all know I want the smoke more than anybody. It's no different than when Bishop Bonnet called into the show. I'm not about to ask him, yo, do you think Willie Simmons needs to have better play calling? That's not respectable. That is putting a young man on the spot for no reason. For no reason. So it's crazy, man. But so let me I'm gonna give you another story with Dennis Driscoll. Let me go back to I got plenty of them. I'm talking about the Nugget story. All right, another story with Dennis Driscoll, because I'm telling you, this guy is a pain, bro. I'm telling you, he is a pain to me. All right. Oh yeah. Got it. Listen, shout out to Alabama A&M. Shout out to Alabama A&M. They don't have any issue with us doing interviews. Matter of fact, they retweeted. My boy Blue did an interview with D. Anderson. Amazing. Freaking amazing. Coach Ma retweeted it. Coach DT retweeted it. Like, the players retweeted. Like, they show love because they know it's about the players. It's about the players. It's simply about the players. All right. So, no, real talk, though. Appreciate that, Blue. Real talk. Got to give a shout out to them. So, another story with Dennis Driscoll. So, let me tell you this. So, my interview with Nugget, right? My interview with Nugget, was as soon as the NIL deal broke, soon as they signed the NIL deals. Listen, I don't have the receipts for this, but I promise you, I ain't got nothing to lie. Right? As soon as the NIL deal broke, I reached out. I can't tell the whole story. I'm gonna tell what I can. All right. So just know I went through the proper channels. Right. I went through the proper channels. I didn't get a response back. So I said I'm doing it anyway. I paid Nugget an undisclosed amount of money for the interview. All right. For the NIL deal. All right. So for the interview, just because I wanted to be on the NIL deal up and up. Right. So I do the interview. Dennis calls me the day after. Did you have an unauthorized interview? I said, how was it unauthorized? I paid Nugget due to the NIL deal to come onto my platform and do the interview, right? He said, oh, that's not allowed. You can't do that. You know, we don't know. You could have made him ineligible. I said, how? How? I said, other players are getting paid millions of dollars. Millions of dollars for endorsements, millions of dollars from Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's and Whataburger, all type of stuff. The kid out of high school got $1 million. The old Ohio State quarterback, he got $1 million coming out of high school, right? I said, so how am I making this boy ineligible? Oh yeah, you know, because it's hard to grasp and blah. Once again, just changing the narrative. You can't, I'm telling you, listen, I already knew, and this is the thing that makes me more upset about the Keontae interview, right? The Keontae interview was about Keontae and his family breaking history, making and breaking history to have his own trading card, and I wanted to push that fact, right? So that when he got to the SWAC championship game, he could sell the cards and make money. Now, why would Jackson State want to stop that? Explain that to me. This is for the benefit of your players because your program didn't get him an NIL deal. Let's be very clear about that. Mr. Deion Sanders, Mr. All of this and all world that, they didn't get him an NIL. No, they did not give him an NIL deal. His family went out and got that by themselves. So I'm going to promote that on my platform, and you have a problem with that? You have a problem with that. Make that make sense to me. Now, if you really wanted to do right by the kid, you would have put him on the pregame show because it's your own network. It's your own Fox News. You could have put him on your own the pregame show and did the same thing I did and promote his product. Why not do that? Why not do that? If it was such a bad thing, Mr. Driscoll, I'm confused. If you don't want me doing it, why not do it yourself? Why not put him on the pregame show, have Neely, have Charles, have them do the interview, and then he gets it off it all goes through Jackson State. Why not do that? Come on, man. It's crazy to me. I'm not saying that what Deion isn't doing isn't great for the SWAC. I'm not saying all this new attention, but there has to be some type of leeway that you're giving players a chance. Another one. I wanted to interview with Isaiah Bowden. He canceled that before the season started. I tried to get an interview with Zay Bowden, the special kick returner. He canceled that. So but what have you seen him? Have you seen Zay Bowden do an interview at the pregame show? Have you seen Zay Bowden do? And listen, I hope they take it and run with it. I hope they watching me right now, which they usually are. I hope they're watching me and saying, you know what, Scotty, you're right. Maybe the pregame show needs to do more individual interviews outside of Shedeur Sanders and James Houston. And they're stars, but there's more to players on that team. I want to interview with Cam. You know, Cam's my favorite player. Right? One of my favorite players. Come on, man. Come on, man. When I say call it all out, call it all out. Hold everybody accountable. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to control a narrative, and it's not just Jackson State. It's a lot of programs out there. And I'm telling you, I have names for days, but I'm not trying to break everybody. You know what I'm saying? I know Jackson State don't really fuck with me like that, so it's cool. We can keep it where it is. You know what I'm saying? So It don't matter to me. But the other programs need to jump on board with allowing their players to get on our platforms and tell their stories. If not, do it yourself. Do it yourself. If you don't want the players to come on in YouTubes and all that, do it yourself. All right, that's my soapbox. I'm getting off. That's my story time. And let me take a caller. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's all about controlling the. Yeah, it's all about controlling the narrative. You know the story. Let me turn my stuff down.
No problem.
Yeah, it's all about controlling the narrative. I've seen that Driscoll guy before. I don't really know anything about him. You making me now. I got to go back and do his background. Where is he from? Do you know? Where? How long has he been at Jackson State? You know?
He's been there for the bad years. I know that. So he's probably been there about 3 or 4 years. So yeah.
So he came under Hendricks or under Tony Hughes?
I think he probably came on Tony Hughes.
Okay. Well, you done made me have to go and research. Let me say this, Scotty. I'm sitting here now. You know, I always watch the FCS playoffs to see where we are.
Yes, sir.
In comparison. Listen, I'm looking at Montana and James Madison. And I say this with all due respect. Both of these teams can beat Georgia Tech. Both of them can beat Georgia Tech. And, I got to go back on my soapbox now. I just don't think we can beat them people. I really don't. I don't think we're on that level. I'm just being like you always say, I'm trying to be 100. But, I don't think we don't have a team in HBCU football can beat James Madison or can beat Montana. You made me go back and look at the Hugh Jackson press conference today, and the most interesting thing he said, and you alluded to it, he said he's bringing in a whole new staff. I had thought maybe he would keep some of those people because I really like that defensive coordinator, but I'm thinking now that those people at Grambling, that defensive coordinator, probably will go with Dooley down at Southern. Do you think them guys will go with him?
I heard he might be bringing over Vance Singletary, the guy from PV. So that's what I heard. Good. Yeah, I heard he might be bringing him over.
Good.
Yeah. So I heard he might be bringing, and I know for a fact that Hugh Jackson is bringing an all NFL staff. That's what I've been hearing. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. Everybody's got to go. Yeah. I was thinking that maybe some of them guys off of Favre's staff would go down there with Dooley because he worked with them. I want to say he worked with them 3 years. I know he was there for the Kincaid. Dooley coached Kincaid. He was Kincaid's offensive coordinator for 2 years, I think. Because really, to be honest with you, our program to me, when Kincaid and Dooley left, we hadn't been right since. We've had problems ever since then. But I'm just looking forward to this. And let me say this. Have you heard anything about who Prairie View is interested in? Are they interested in an alum, or do they want to go with a professional coach, or what do they want?
So I hear the alumni want KJ Black. I heard that, but I have heard that Sumlin has been in talks with PV as well. I heard Ed Reed has been in talks with them as well. But I think the alumni really, really, really want KJ Black. I keep hearing from alumni that's what they want. They want KJ Black.
You know what? Out of the three you just named, I think KJ will get that. Now, I'm going to tell you that the deciding factor.
Oh, and Bubba McDowell. And Bubba McDowell. Yeah. And Bubba McDowell. Yeah.
Bubba's pretty good. Bubba, Bubba was connected with Buddy. Remember Buddy Ryan?
Yeah, from the Eagles.
He's connected with those people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's connected with those people. But let me just say this. Now, this is my personal opinion. Prairie View might have the best president in the SWAC. That lady, Dr. Ruth Simmons, that lady's brilliant. She knows a lot of people. You know, I think she was president of Princeton. Was it? I know she was president of Smith College, and was it Brown University? Well, she was somewhere in the Ivy Leagues. I know one of them was Smith College, but I'm trying to figure out, was she at Princeton or, well, I have to go back and do my research on that. But she's a brilliant woman, and I think she's going to make the difference. If she wants that KJ Black to come back, it's his job. It'll be his job. Well, listen, I ain't going to hold you. I know you got a lot of calls. You ain't got any questions for me, do you?
Nah, I'm good, Mr. Ford. Appreciate the call as always.
Okay, have a good night.
You too. Peace. He said McDowell, McDonald, McRib. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one, Hayes. I can give you that one. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, man, this is your friendly neighborhood, second generation Jackson calling you again. You didn't. Well, I'm tiptoeing up in here lightly, just so you know. I'm tiptoeing like a woodpecker with a headache up in here.
What?
You know, because you didn't set it off. I got a question and a comment.
Go ahead.
My question is, would you be lesser? Again, I don't look. I'm an alum. I support my school. I pay. I give, but I don't know anything about administration and all that. Would you be less annoyed if Driscoll or whoever, right, just came out and said, we just don't want to rock with you because we don't like the way you portray us? Would you be less annoyed with them if they were that honest with you?
Yeah, I love honesty. Listen, I've always been the kind of guy, and even when I was in the military and I worked in civil, like I used to hate when my son, I'm like, bro, if you're gonna be an asshole, just be an asshole. If you don't like me, just say you don't like me, because then I know how to move around you. You get what I'm saying? Like I know how to, I know how to do things a certain way. I know how to approach you. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool with me. But see, the thing about it is, a lot of stuff I don't say is because a lot of stuff in the behind the scenes is different. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's why I keep it like I still speak my mind because, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, behind closed doors, trust me, it's very much different. So that's why I keep it on the fence. Like I speak my mind, but at the same time, I don't cross the line with all the stuff that I know because of the simple fact of behind closed doors, I still have connections.
Right. And look, I don't know. Like with a lot of stuff you said tonight, I agree that, you know, Jackson State could be doing a lot more as far as pushing individual players. I know that they're doing the Barstool is doing the Prime Time 2, the second documentary, and hopefully many of those people you mentioned will be in it. I don't know, but like I said, I'm just hoping that at least maybe if they would just be more honest about we don't appreciate. Again, I don't know this. I'm just saying. So I was just trying to gauge for you. It's more just their level of just not being honest with you that's really annoying you.
But let me ask you this though, because I love the funny neighborhood Jackson State only. I love that. Well, let me ask you this though: if you we know that Skip Bayless don't like LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Do you think LeBron, you know, so you think LeBron would never come on his show and like, you know, because Shannon loves him, you know what I'm saying? So it's that's not a good example. But what I'm saying, it's a horrible example. My thing is this. If you're dealing with it, as much as Deion has dealt with the media, like everything I talk about is always football based. It's never anybody's character because at the end of the day, I don't know you like that. So and 9 times out of 10, I'm bringing film right behind it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Let me answer. I'm gonna answer your question this way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, but I try to be honest every time I call. You know why I watch your show?
What's up?
Because you're one of the best doing it. And I don't agree, you know, when you be going in on us at Jack State, well, I be salty. My mom, like my mama said, my jaw be tight with air, boy. But, you know, I can't, you doing it well. So I had to learn that, okay, I can be upset with some of the stuff he's saying, but overall, what you do is, 1, is good, and 2, is good for the SWAC, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I understand the point you were making about LeBron James going on, because I'm a big LeBron James fan, I hate Skip Bayless, right? And so, but I think that for business sake, I think LeBron James would go on Skip's show because it would make good business sense.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, like my thing is this, right? Even the stuff, but the thing about it is, you have to I can't, because Deion is so big, I can't be like, oh, I'm gonna criticize everybody but Deion. That's not how life works. And
exactly. No, I agree. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. And that's why I say even though there's some things that you may do that I may not like, I'm not gonna just not watch you because I'm in my feelings about that. Because for me, I'm as a poet and a short story writer, I used to teach my students you have to be objective. Even though it's art, you have to be objective in your artistic knowledge. Mm-hmm. So even though I may disagree, objectively, your show is great. Your show is good for the SWAC. So I can't not watch you just if I don't watch you because I disagree with 10 to 20% of the stuff that you say, that make me a fool. Mm. You see what I'm saying? That's so I understand 100% what you're saying. And I hope that it can get rectified because, again, all of us together is going to make it better. Now, I know you guys are supposed to. I wanted to make one comment about, I love what you and Brother Hemingway did earlier when you're talking about the alums and all of that. And I just want to say, and it's going to be kind of contradictory to me because I don't go to church like that. But the way I put it about alums not giving is this way. Mm-hmm. I always think it's interesting that the same people who go to church every Sunday and won't pay their tithes, the first one complain when it's cold in the winter or hot in the summer. Mm. If you pay your damn tithe, then the church can fix the heat and they can fix the air. So as alums, we have to stop waiting on white folks to save us. And we have to be men and women and save ourselves. And I think that's the narrative we have to start pushing as alums, is that rather than, we know that we are underfunded. So since we know we are underfunded, stop even worrying about getting funded from the state and we need to stop being those church people who say, I ain't gonna pay no tithes, but they the first somebody to complain when they ain't no heat in the winter. And that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna let everybody else get on.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Take care.
All right. So listen, I made this. Let me be very real. All right, let me be very real. I'm gonna be super transparent with you guys because it is story time, right? So when I first got into this and I did the interview with Dion, right? And I'm gonna be as real as y'all. I'm telling you, this is 100% transparency right here. When I first did the interview with Dion, right? When I left the office, Sam, his manager, Babe and my lion. I want to put her on the camera, right? All right. When we left the door, when we walked out the facility, he said, "What? You're in a great." He said, "You're in a great position with Dion. Don't mess it up." That's what he said, right? So he told me that walking out the door, he said, "Dion doesn't do." Usually he's very critiqued about interviews. He's time conscious. He lets you do this. He lets you do that. Right. So that was my mindset leaving that. I'm like, oh, shoot, I can't mess this up. I can't mess this up. That's why earlier when y'all used to see me talk, I'm like, I can't mess up the plug. I can't mess up the plug. Right. So Sam told me that. Let me tell you how shook I was in my head. Right. I would be about to do a show. I would text Sam and ask him, is this appropriate? Would Dion get mad? No. I lied to you not. I'm telling you what I know. Like my mama said, I tell you what I know. All right. I would text Sam every time I was about to do a show and ask him, is this okay? Is this okay? Because I didn't know how to deal with that relationship, him being Coach Prime and me being Scotty. And I'm like, well, I'm super brash. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, right? I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't know. So exactly. I was walking on eggshells, right? So something occurred. And from that point forward, I was like, you know what? I just got to be me. I can't worry about how they're going to take it, how they're going to see it. It just has to come out however I see fit of coming out, because I can't keep reporting back to you like, oh, was that okay? Is he all right? Is she straight? Yeah. Nah, I couldn't do that. So ever since that moment, I was like, man, I'm done with this. Because it's just too much, man. It's just too much to try to be like, oh, is this okay? Are you okay? Man, no. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. All right. It's just that. It's just that simple. All right. So that's for me. So that's some transparency for y'all. So when you guys be like, oh, Scotty, you started going, I didn't start going hard on Jackson State. What I did was I just didn't care what their base felt like. I didn't care what I don't care if Coach Prime felt I was being. I didn't care. I didn't care what I don't care. I don't. The show is not for you. The show is not about you. I don't care. Right? And I got some other SIDs I can call out too. Heavy. And they know who they are because I've emailed them and texted them. And they want to play like they don't respond, but then they want to respond when they want to. When I say something about your school, then you want to respond to me. So, hey, didn't you hear? Spike don't care. Spike don't play with girls. So that is what it is, man. Listen, if anybody got any questions before I get up out of here, I'm gonna take some questions or calls or whatever. But T-break, and then I'm about to go. But I just wanted to talk with y'all on this Friday night. I was like, man, this is a nice Friday. It seems chill. Let me do a little story time, a little petty story time about Dennis Driscoll and my dealings with Jackson State. So once again, I know there's probably a couple players in the background. I know there's probably a couple administrations but yeah. So it is what it is. What's up, Mr. Hampton? What's going on? So let me go. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me. Oh, shoot. All right, Mr. Crawford. Hey, call back in, Mr. Crawford. He said, let you talk.
Let her talk. Hey, Mr. Coven. Well, I'll say this about tonight's topic. I'm not like the football expert like a lot of you, but I will say that he is very objective in analyzing his sport. And I saw him put his objectivity to the side to be considerate of Jackson State. So what I'll say is the reason that certain interviews went the way they did was because of him trying to safeguard his relationship with Deion or Coach Prime, primarily, aside from Jackson State. And that's because of the high regards that he held him in. Is that safe to say? Okay. So for me, with the Jackson State fans, as people, exactly, Paris, as people come onto the stream and feel like he's hating, one, a lot of the fan base is Jackson State. And if the Jackson State people or alum or fans or whatever were fair and honest with themselves, you would see that even before the interview with Deion, he still called a thing with the play calling. And it became more animated as the fans began to get smoke ready or with the smoke, or I don't know. When you guys like wanted to start, it's the Primettes, right? When they started to go back and forth, you guys have to understand on this channel, he loves it brings him no greater joy than to argue or to go back and to find fault in that one thing. So for me, I was so close to becoming a bandwagon Jackson State fan. Honest to God, like after our visit, I was like, I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to go. I'm going to be a Jackson State fan. But y'all fans are ridiculous and turn me away. Now, granted, I will say this. I'll call y'all like my second cousin because when we go to tailgates, Jackson State fans are the only ones who want to feed us and even extend a plate, a laugh, or what have you. Alabama A&M, that's really my bandwagon team. If it wasn't for the coaches, if it wasn't, for the staff, I wouldn't have no dealings with Alabama A&M. But I like Juice. That's my player. Yeah, I like Juice from his interview. But Jackson State, and I have family that went to Jackson State as well. No, we haven't been to Baton Rouge yet. The tailgate experience and I'll say this, when we were in Memphis, phenomenal shout out to Sonic Boom and his family. And the Qs, I don't know what chapter they were, but there were some Qs there. Very welcoming. We went to Jackson. There were several people that welcomed us, and it was beautiful. And I was like, dang, I don't want to not like them, but y'all ninjas in the chat every time I try. Y'all listen, it's terrible. Mississippi Valley, I enjoyed the game. There was nobody tailgating out there. Maybe we need to start a cookout sale or something the next time. We'll work on that. FAMU, Rattlers. We did not attend a game this year. But Mr. Campbell, Mr. Hemingway, Rattler family, I will happily make a trip down to Florida if you guys will tailgate with us with open arms. Right. And I'll be happy to join a bandwagon. I'm Alabama A&M is on a thin line with me because they lost on my birthday weekend. Oh, that was terrible. They lost on the weekend that I was like, oh, yeah, we're going. We going to Huntsville. I'm ready. I was so amped. They lost when I was there. Although the coaching staff, amazing. Coaches, the players, absolutely, absolutely amazing. And Mr. COVID, amazing. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Y'all coming the same weekend. I'm going to brag. And Miss Murray, what's your school? I don't know what you. A&M. Oh, you're at A&M. Well, tell your cousins because it smelled good. Oh, and here's the other thing. The messed up part is Blue was there with us. Yeah, Blue was there. Blue was there with us. Somebody recognized both you and Blue. They was like, oh, wait, Script, that's you? Wait, Blue, that's you? Not a darn invite. We walked several times in the hot sun and had to settle for y'all janky concession stand. And I mean janky. She said she got to come in. So with that being said, we have a couple of other schools that we are happy to go and tell the truth script about A&M. Oh, okay. We're happy to go and visit and mingle. It was hot. I'm not gonna say all that language, Blue, but it was hot as freak that day. And they didn't offer us no water, no nothing. And y'all see, look, these edges, these are real urban edges. They will.
What's the urban edges?
Huh? The ladies know what I'm talking about. They are urban edges, okay? So, because the Florida game, the classic, oh my God, it was hot. And my sweet, wonderful love had to wipe my makeup off of my face because it was melting. Who's calling? Oh, let me talk to her. Hey, Miss Murray, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am lovely.
Wait a minute. Now, first of all, let me apologize. We lost.
Several
that was
times
also my
over.
birthday weekend too.
It was? Oh, okay. You're a Libra. Come on.
Yes. I feel like I'll sure mention this before. But yes, my birthday, homecoming was the 9th. My birthday was on the 10th.
Okay, I'm the 15th.
Okay, awesome. So so that was my birthday weekend too. And I know a lot of folks know my boyfriend is a Jackson State alum. Oh. So I had to spend that weekend with him with that loss.
Bless you.
So couldn't nobody be more heartbroken than I was.
Listen, no, off script, I'm gonna tell you, Scotty. Did you see that episode when they lost for their homecoming? She said, "Can't nobody be more heartbroken than her." You was hurt. He never.
I had to spend the whole weekend with Jackson State Tigers.
How many hours were you on live, honey? He was on live for 3 hours. Listen, let me tell you, I knew he was hurt because after the game, we are in the car, we're booking it. Okay. And Mr. Coben gonna call in. Okay. We're booking it normally. He was like, babe, you wanna go get something to eat? Now, let me tell you how it normally goes. We're hightailing it out of the parking lot to an Uber or however we got there. And he's like, you wanna just order something to come to the hotel? Uber Eats. So we're discussing that because he's working on his thumbnail because he's about to go live. That day, I was like, well, what do you have a taste for? It don't even matter. So I'm like, okay, well, you want a burger? We're looking at burger places. He's like, okay. I'm like, you want me to go ahead and order it to go? No, we're going to sit down and eat. He never sits down and eat. We ate. It was an hour. So when I tell you, and then so we're sitting there, and I was like, well, I said, he had wanted to do a skit with a clown face. And I was like, well, do you want to do that tonight? So he was like, yeah, we can do that tonight. So we're walking around Walmart and he is getting all these props ready. And he has this music playing. I tell you the truth. I don't know what kind of music it was. I don't remember, but it was like some kind. I was like, Lord Jesus, what kind of mood are you in? So like he had this music playing. He was like, you want to go down there and give me a Sprite? It's going to be a long night. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm on the thing. I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, I said, first I'll log on and see what his face looked like because I painted his clown face. I said, but can you go ahead and just say a prayer? Because I don't know how the night is going to be because it looked a little rough. So when I tell you that night, like his energy, it was the worst that I've seen since we have been together. So my heart goes out to you, but I'm just gonna tell you this: like, well, please get your cousin together. My
best friend offered him because he called in too. Offered him to come through. So I really hate that y'all didn't make it. So next time we'll make it up for you or whatever. Now. Mm-hmm. After the game, we had already started. I think when the score was like 21-0, we had already started pregame in the stadium.
Oh, and we know. So listen, because Blue was there. So Blue was in the stands. Blue was sitting behind a player's parents. I didn't know we were saying the name. We're gonna say the name. Okay. He was sitting behind Aquil's family, and we were on the sidelines. Okay, we were on the sidelines. Watching like live in action. Okay, I'm not like normally I'm not even with his foolery. He'll tell you that I'm the conscious committee. It's like, honey, like, can we look at it like this or this? I was like, you want me to go get a video of the tiger dancing? Because I was that over you. I said, I cannot believe this energy, and it was so different from the practice that we had seen. I was so disappointed. So I'll say this. I'm going to give y'all another chance because you know his boy Quincy Casey is going to be playing, right? Okay.
Well, listen, yes. Mm-hmm. So, we're definitely making some changes or whatever. So it's definitely not going to go. And then this year it's going to be, I live in Mobile, so it's going to be in Mobile. So by all means, let us know if y'all coming, and the Bulldog delegation is gonna take care of y'all.
Okay, well, are you on Instagram?
But we still went, even after that loss, we still went right back to tailgate. So I mean, the turnout was still real. If you would have walked past to the turn up area, we still was turning up, and it was what it was. By the end of the game, it didn't hurt as much anymore because I was 5 sheets to the wind. So. The third and fourth quarter was a blur. But now I will say this. To kind of piggyback off of what Oscar said about, just the kind of interactions that you have. Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. The reason why, and this is just like a little background into just my experience with the swag. Mm-hmm. If you don't, and I'm not going to call it a name, mm-hmm. but if you don't kiss certain tail. Mm-hmm. If you don't kiss certain tail, mm-hmm. You're going to be ostracized, and that's just what it is. They got there are some people that that just there's reality, mm-hmm. and then their opinion of their own programs. And this is just not one school or anything like that. It's just a general statement. But if you don't kiss or tell, you're ostracized, and that's all it is. Keep doing what you're doing, because one thing about you, you definitely level the playing field. Some people, like, I'm a numbers person. Numbers are what they are. And a lot of times when you're dealing with certain, certain programs, it's kind of like they throw numbers out the window and just go straight to brag mode. And, when you just kind of call them to the carpet, it's not received well. Right. A prime example of this with the whole Offensive Player of the Year situation that took place early a few weeks ago, when, the numbers just did not match the argument that people were trying to make. Mm-hmm. And then if you call it out, oh, you're a hater. So again, to the Off Script family, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. We support it. I think this is my second show of the day. I was off, so I had a lot of time to kill. Again, I'm so sorry, Miss Off Script, for homecoming. Hey, she didn't get a chance to say. It's okay. Hey, all that. I mean, the turn up was still real.
It's okay. I look forward to meeting you. So we'll DM you.
I
said we'll definitely DM you, and I look forward to meeting you next season in person.
Likewise, and I'm telling you, Mobile, because of the lack of a 4-year HBCU college down here, they rolled out the red carpet for the Gulf Coast Classic. This last one was my first one. Oh, well, it was my second one attending, but it was the first one that my school participated in. And I had a ball. So I hope y'all get a chance to come down for that, so we can really, really give you a better experience than that. But again, nice talking to you. Y'all keep what you're doing. We gonna support y'all. We love the show.
Thank you. You too.
What's up? Nice talking to you. Y'all keep what you're doing. We gonna support y'all. We love the show.
D. You're live, Mr. Kennebury.
Hello?
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. You are live.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? First off, Scotty and the First Lady sending y'all love. I'm a Jackson State alum. You guys hear me?
Yes. You
are. No doubt.
Yeah, okay.
Jackson State alum located in New York. But from the Jack, but shout sending y'all love and support. With that being said, I think y'all know my brother, David.
Yeah,
Kennebrew.
David. Yeah, I was about to say you're there. Yeah.
What's up? We sending y'all love. Look, I just want to point out in particular, I'm going to say things in perspective. I know, Scotty, you from Maryland. And when you're going down south, there are certain norms and perspectives as it pertains to how things move and shake. That don't mean you can't do you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We sending love to you and both of your First Ladies doing you. But at the same time, and not to pass the mic to the First Lady, I apologize. But with that being said, when you went down to, I think it was the Auckland game, that's the love you got down there, bro. So don't feel like in the comments in the chat, some people just became a JSU fan in 2020, 2021. We real JSU fans, we're going to put bacon beans on your plate, potato salad on your plate, give some chips to drink. We're going to talk that smack, but we're going to show you that love. So we rocking with you. We supporting you. I think you should say your opinions, because those opinions going to make us better. You know what I'm saying? All together. But at the same time, JSU, when you're from Mississippi, we come from a place sometimes where we didn't have a lot way back in the day. So now that we are ascending, not saying football-wise, but just as a state, we are very proudful and take a lot of pride in what our university and what our fans have done, and what our football history has done, as well as other SWAC programs. So if you get rubbed the type of way, it's nothing personal, but at the same time, at Alcorn, you got the real vibes of how we rock at Jackson State. So I just wanted to let you know that, my guy.
Hey, appreciate you, my boy. And you're right, man. We had a great time at Jackson State, man. It was fun, bro. Like, it was live. It was it was legit, bro. The tailgating was legit. I ain't even gonna fake. It was really, really, really fun, and I enjoyed myself. I definitely go back to another home game. Too easy.
No doubt. And make sure you show up to any games in the SWAC too. It's Jackson State, that's my school, but we rock with all the schools in the SWAC. It's SWAC Love. And then also, I tried to take a picture with you. I tried to link you. I hit you on your IG. I didn't get a chance to because there were so many people, but I'll see you next season, dog. Be safe.
I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Book? You live?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, like I put in the chat, man, you know, see some of these JSU fans, right? We got, you know, we talk about, I hate to do the categories, but we got alumni, you got Jacksonians, and then you got JSU fans. Like Mr. Campbell just put in the chat. If you don't know what J.R. Lynch is, you know, if you don't know what Vernon Dishon is, you know, we appreciate the support, send your money, but don't really put the school name in your mouth because you give, you know, certain light. You know, Mr. Keeler, I'm glad you got a chance to experience some of the love. You know, like I put in the chat, JSU is like that crazy aunt, right? Sometimes y'all know how she gonna act. You know what I'm saying? You know how she gonna act. Take a deep breath and put up with this, but you know she can cook.
Yeah.
She gonna feed all your friends, and you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is sometimes. But you know, sometimes too, we ain't been who we were for the last couple of years, so we happy, and we want to, you know, act like that didn't happen. But I will put this too, you know, like with the last caller talking about with the numbers, right? Now, I'm not on the whole quarterback thing because that is what it is. That's fandom. What I'm talking about is how they snubbed my man James Houston. You know, on that defense, it is an embarrassment of riches, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's going to be a defensive player of the year, you got to give it to the cat that show up every game, no matter what. That's just the way I feel about it. You can call me a James Houston fan, it is what it is.
No, I agree with you. I would have gave him newcomer of the year and defensive player of the year. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That would have been, if I was voting, that's what I would have voted.
Yeah, and if he ain't eligible for both of them, he defensive player of the year to me. But I do know that, you know, classification, all that stuff, people gotta talk about, you gotta give something to the boys that were here before. But the way I look at it is, no, I ain't gotta give you nothing. You either earn it or you don't.
Facts.
But the other part of that is, hey man, you know, like I became so I watched the pregame show, all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I became a fan of the show when you showed up in that face paint and took that stuff for about 2 hours, man, and took it with class. You know what I'm saying? You know, for me, it's just trash talking. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to talk it and you gotta be able to take it. So I really do appreciate it. Tiffany and I enjoy the show. We'd recommend folks to the show, you know, and then, you know, we're going to keep rocking with you, do your thing. But at the end of the day, man, you know, when certain people got a certain amount of weight, they can move to, you know, to press and media environments that are advantageous to them. That ain't new. That's what people do.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get a following that can't be denied, then, you know, sooner or later they got to come to you. You know what I'm saying? So just keep doing your thing, man. And sooner or later, it won't be no fun with a rabbit had a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what they say. Hey, Book, as always, man. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, man. Do your thing.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, listen. Once again, politics is not my forte, right? I don't know how to kiss nobody's ass. I don't understand how it works. I'm just gonna say, you a man. I'm a man. I put my pants on the same way you do. And this is not just starting in HBCU. That's why I couldn't last in the Army. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I had sergeants over top of me telling me stuff. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Why am I doing that? Like, that's just who I am by nature. And if I had my mom on the call line, she'll tell you the same thing. I did it all through my school years. Since I've been young, I've always asked why. That don't make sense. Explain it to me. That's just who I am. So, and if it don't make sense, like my mom said, if it don't make sense, it's a lie. All right. If it don't make sense, it's a lie. So that's just how it is with me. So I just call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can when people call in and criticize me, if it's factual and it's like, yo, it has some substance, that's why I can sit here and take it, because I'm not perfect. And Mr. Campbell will tell you, Mr. Campbell has called me. I've had Kenneth call me. I've had Mr. D call me. Who else? Dante has called me. Nuggets Dad. Like, they've all called me and said, hey, Scott, you could have done a little better here, done a little better there. You know what I'm saying? And you take it because you grow. You know what I'm saying? If you can't take, if I can give criticism and can't take criticism, like, You know what I'm saying? Now, if you call on my phone, talk about some, or if you call in the show, talking about something, don't say Bama, you losing that battle every time. Don't even waste your breath. Don't waste your time. I'm not changing my lingo. All right. But if it's somebody saying, hey, yo, chill with the N-word, okay, I'm gonna try my best. All right, chill with the cussing, okay, I'm gonna try my best. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like Coach Green was saying, hey, say that there's not a lot of strong teams in the SWAC. Instead of saying everybody's trash. I was like, oh, okay, I can receive that. That's good advice. Stuff like that, man. But all the other, like, you know what I'm saying? If you just call and try to be funny, like, I can meet you where you at. I mean, it's just that simple. So it ain't nothing to me. And for all my haters out there who love to hate me, all right, who love to that love to hate. Listen, you can't stop watching. Y'all be the first ones underneath the comments. Y'all be the first ones talk about what I didn't do right, what I need to get better. But the only way you could do that is if you didn't watch the show. You have to watch the show. You know what I'm saying? You quote what I said, but you watch the show. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? So, man, listen. What that? You know what I'm saying? So keep hating. Oh, also, Mr. Campbell, you're gonna like this. For the new year, everybody that I've blocked, I will unblock. All right. You've been on punishment long enough. All right. January 1st. If you are a blocked person on my channel, I will unblock you, and it's like a clean slate. We starting from scratch. All right. So anybody who's being blocked, they're not watching this show right now, but y'all know pretty much who's blocked. So, if you got a friend that's been blocked, you're like, yo, Scotty, if you're reaching out to Mr. Campbell talking about, man, I've been blocked, Mr. Campbell, can you January 1st, it's even Malcolm. Listen, I've never blocked Malcolm for being. I don't think I've ever blocked. No, I've never blocked Malcolm from calling in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, new begin. He said blocked on the second.
By me. You're right.
Oh man. So I just want to. Oh, okay. Yeah, Miss Howard. 516-259-9041. Let me put that up for you. That's the call-in number. Timona left on her own. All right, Timona left on her own free will. She could give it, but she can't take it. All right, but and she was a member too, so she took her $5 with her too. All right, but yeah. So January 1st, anybody that's blocked will be unblocked, and it's a clean slate. We're gonna ride it out for the new year, and I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna make that a ritual for the channel. If you didn't make it, I'll unblock you for January 1st. So that is what it is. I'm gonna wait for Miss Howard to call in. And then after Miss Howard, I'm gonna get up out of here. All right. But yeah, Bama says y'all do chance lose. Oh yeah, Timona. Hey, ACFL, she with you now. Take your blessings. Take your blessings. All right. Take your blessings. And listen, for all the channels that are still trying to get like me, all right. Listen. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you got a whole nother year to get your call-in show together. Do your post-game shows, do your halftime reports, halftime call-ins, breaking news, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Hey, can you send Miss Jinder? Miss Howard, what's going on?
Hi, how are you? You and the Miss.
We're doing well. How about yourself? Well, thanks for calling in.
I know every time I watch you, I'm really on my TV. So sometimes I try to log onto my phone to do the likes because I know that's important. But I just wanted to say I really enjoy your show. I know I've told you that on Instagram.
Instagram, yes, ma'am.
But I really do. I just laugh. One day when you had that trash bag on your wall with that G on it, my husband walked into the bedroom and he looked, he says, well, he looks, he goes, what are you watching? I said, well, this guy is really good. He says, but he has a Gremlin logo on a trash bag. and he's a Jackson State alum. And he just looks at me because he really respects Grambling, even though he's a huge Jackson State supporter. And I said, you know what? I don't take this seriously. He's really good, and he knows football. And I don't take it personally. I really don't. I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. And I appreciated the conversation earlier about funding and giving back. That is an honest conversation that we all need to have, especially my Graham fam. So thank you for doing what you do. Don't worry about that Sid. Don't worry about any Sids, because like someone said before, they're going to come to you.
Yes, ma'am. And Miss Howard, if you don't mind, because I know we talked a little bit on Instagram about, what Grambling is doing. So if you could touch on that just a little bit, kind of to, let people know how Grambling is moving, that'd be great.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, first, I don't speak on behalf of the university. They have a PR firm and the president for that. I was just saying, I agreed what most people were saying. Our Office of Advancement, we just, Dr. Gallo, but President Gallo, he just hired someone. We lost Mark Newman, who used to be over our campaigns for giving and things like that. So the board, the ULS board, approved her yesterday. I actually watched the meeting. So I'm prayerful about Graham. Yes, I'm a lifetime. I'm not old either, but I'm a lifetime member. I've been a lifetime member of the Alumni Association for probably like 8 years.
Wow.
I purchased it when I was in my when I was 32. Because when I purchased it, it was $500. So, and I give recurrently. I don't even see it just come out of my account. So I just encourage other alums. I always encourage Graham fam to give back. Although if you can't go to every game, we have to buy season tickets. So you guys made some great points earlier, and I support those. But Graham, they did send an email, especially to those that contribute on a normal basis, and really pushed out that fundraising for today. And they asked us to donate, I think it was $94.
Yes, 94. Yeah, for the 94 years at Grambling. Yeah, I saw the donation link that you sent me. Yep.
Yeah, and even though I give monthly, I still did it today. I do every campaign. So I just encourage Graham fam to do the same thing. And we're talking about it, and we're excited about the new coach and the possibilities. I hate what happened with the players. My heart goes out to them, but it's going to be taken care of. I think Rick Gallo, the president, he takes it all very seriously. So I appreciate you having this platform to discuss those things, even though it's a hard discussion.
Yes, ma'am. And Miss Howard,
need to discuss.
Yes, ma'am. And I appreciate you, Miss Howard, for your support. And I know you had some rough times this fall with me dealing with Grambling, but it might, listen, I might have a Grambling shirt on. I might, you might see a Grambling shirt on the back. Cause you know what I'm saying, I might have to rock with y'all a little bit this upcoming season. So you can tell your husband you ain't gonna see no trash bags from Scotty no time soon.
He did not understand that. You should see the look on his face. He looked at me, then looked at the TV, and he just didn't understand it because he knows I love Grambling. But I've been around, I talk to people with varying opinions about different things. I'm always open, and I just don't take it seriously. I just don't.
And I appreciate
So that's why I enjoy your show, because I like it when you're serious about football, but I also like when you're joking.
Yes, ma'am.
And this short period of time, I've seen your progression. Like now I see you'll say, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm like, wow.
It's maturity.
I'm seeing the progression. What's happening?
It's the maturity.
But I enjoy it. I really do. Keep doing what you're doing. I may not call in all the time, but I appreciate everything you're doing. You and the Miss. I appreciate you both.
No problem. Thank you so much, Miss Howard. Thank you so much for the call.
No problem. Have a nice one.
Hey, man, listen, y'all see how that work? Y'all see how that work, man? She's a Grambling fan. And if anybody should have a problem with my little antics, should be the Grambling fans with the Glad trash bags and stuff like that, man. Oh yeah, and who?
Rashawn McKay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him on the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him on the channel. I'm gonna try to get Rashawn McKay on the channel.
Boss, we had a question from your lovely supporters, and they wanted to know when would be the next late nights with the script.
I don't know. It's whenever we figure it out and come up with it. And I mean, last time we did, it was like 20 people on there. So, listen. Okay, 48. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. We'll probably do something different. Maybe do like a group thing or whatever, or best women groups, or holiday movies. Yeah, that was the best holiday movies. So we'll do something like that. You know, our top 5 holiday movies, or top 3 holiday movies, or something like that. All right, so it's got to bring most hated. So look back. That boy on the screen.
Put some Beyonce. Right, CFL.
Yeah.
Go back to this comment. As soon as we get that house phone together and you can call us about we'll make sure we get some more respect on that. You got it.
She trying to be like me. You got to put Oscar and Jackson in the title when you do the holiday movies. Oh man. It's in shots fired. It's charged. All right. So man, listen, y'all. I'm not about to mess with y'all. I'm not about to play with y'all. Hey man, I'm about to get up out of here. Listen, if you know Dennis Driscoll personally, please share with him, his family members, just to let him know that he is on my hit list. All right. So if he wants to call me, he can call me. All right. I got nothing but time. All right. Nothing but time. So it is what it is. All right. So until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holla. God bless.